Good morning. I had hoped to talk to you at that last gathering we always have at the end of the year. You know, the one where we have a prayer service in the chapel and we go into the library and have a little breakfast and say our goodbyes. Obviously, circumstances prevented that. So if you'll bear with me, this won't take long. It was a cold day in 1978, and a young 26-year-old man sat across the desk from a white-haired, bespectacled woman. He was looking for his first teaching position. She was looking for a half-time English teacher. What she saw in him that day, we'll never know. But she saw something, so she decided to give him a chance. Believe me when I say there were not many mornings when I passed her picture in the East hallway and said, "Thank you for giving me that chance." And to quote Thomas Hardy from his novel Tess of the D'Urbervilles, which I so much loved to teach, thus the thing began. At first, it was my first real job with my first real paycheck. I remember the mild sense of pleasure I got when the then Anchor Bank gave me a small stuffed animal for my deposit. Since then, I have learned, while the bank taketh, it rarely giveth away. That's a joke. After about 15 or 20 years, it became a profession. I was at a seminar once with a friend, and the speaker said, "If you're a professional in the audience, raise your hand." And when I didn't raise my hand, my friend said, "Well, why didn't you raise your hand?" And I said, "Well, I thought he was just talking to the doctors and lawyers in the audience." And my friend said, "Well, you get paid, don't you?" Then I knew I was a professional. About 25 years or so, it changed into, if I may borrow a word from our friends in the clergy, a vocation. And as our colleague Heather Blinson Lundquist would tell us, vocation comes from the Latin word voce, which means voice. And in this vocation, I got to speak with one of my truest voices as an admirer of great writers and fine literature. But within the last 10 or 15 years, my position became what it always really was, a mission. And in teaching, the mission will always be the same: to take care of the children. To take care of the children. Along the way, I made some mistakes. I'm sorry for those, and I learned from them. And I made some very fine friends, whom I will always cherish. I've watched my share of sports, both college and professional, and I've always wondered about the great college athletes who disappear into the ranks of professional teams. Teams that never do anything special or win anything like a championship. But then there are the lucky ones, the few lucky ones, who end up on championship teams and become champions. I was one of those lucky ones. I may not have been a champion, but I was lucky enough to play on a team of champions by working with all of you. So let me say here, best of luck. Work hard and remember the mission. We'll be seeing you around. Thank you.